until I was 16 years old. When I was 16 years old, I was told again by classmates that there was so much violence and brutality imposed against me that I would simply not be able to carry on throughout my life, but would have all these issues to pile out on top of me and would definitely fail some way, somehow. And was told that several times, and was told that in front of the teachers. Actually, teachers have incited kids like, hey, don't forget, don't fail to mention to him or tell him what I have told you to tell him. And at that point, kid would start telling me that such a severe violence have taken place against me that I would not be able to go on within in my life due to these facts. And folks, something that if we think about that you were exposed to such a violence that have taken place against me, and afterwards you were told how you would not be able to go on in life because what we have basically done to you. Can you imagine psychological effect, what the idea was of that? Can you imagine yourself, somebody telling you, somebody doing that to you, and afterwards pretty much tell you that we have destroyed you, that we have basically destroyed you. Yeah, not only they have taken away from your desire to study, desire for anything in life, but to tell you further, this is what we have done to you. This is how it is. This is the way it is. Yes. And all these school shootings, the violence that takes place at homes, everything that is taking place, folks, everything is a product of the state, of the criminal state. The state of the anarchy is basically what we have. The product of the humanists. The humanist product is what we have now. This is the life that we have. The new world order. The new world order. Oh yes. What have taken place against me is nothing else but the testament here, my testament to you people, and it shows clearly that what is taking place in the United States of America when it comes to mass killings, shootings, school rampage and all that, and as well in Germany and in Russia, that these systems have actually cooperated highly with one another already more than 40 years ago. They have shared all the information and everything among each other. So it's nothing coincidence, it's nothing that this system defeated. It's all swarm and united act of crime, organized crime, international organized crime, what that is. On their disappointment, on their frustration of these governments, I haven't turned to be violent individual at all. I never ever was violent individual at all. Nothing ever inside of me have created for violence. Nothing ever have wanted any violence. I don't care. I simply don't care about violence. I love my life. I love life. Violence, no. And to those that have somehow forgotten along the way what was done to them during their childhood, during their growing up, like skinheads, for instance, other groups that are turning to violence. I just want to remind you that you are doing this, you are turning to violence because what was instilled in you, what state have done to you due to abuse, that state have abused you with such a severity. This is actually the reason for your doing exactly what state wants you to do now. This is exactly the matrix they have created. They are actually using you as an excuse for the further genocide against you. So they can have people shown at you, behind your backs, pointing at you, and of course, so the state can always look good. They can always clean their hands and apologize their crimes. That's how that is. So don't be victims. Instead of that, get yourself together, get yourself clean up, put ties on, shave yourself, clean yourself, be ordained, and be instead exemplary citizens. Show the world what you really are, not what state wants you to be. That is the hardest part. It's easy to hit back. It's easy to return with the violence. What is the hard part is actually to sustain yourself, to pull back from that violence. And that, when you do that, that's when the state suffers. That's when the criminal system is exposed. That's how that basically is done. And also other things which I will discuss, which you can take in order to protect yourself and your kids. I will talk about the survival guide in future. I will tell you and instruct you exactly how to act against the criminal systems, what actions you will take in order to protect yourself and kids. One thing you can do so far as we go along is record these videos, have them spread further. The more people know about this, the better you are off, you and I and everybody else. Pass them on to your kids. Talk to your kids what is taking place in the school with their grades. Talk to them about teachers. Don't make them feel ashamed. Love them. This is a very, very serious world we live in. This isn't a world where what it used to be before, when the world was not in an anarchy the way it is now. It's important is to understand that we live in a world of anarchy, in a world of organized crime, organized by the governments. That is the most important part. And it's very important that you understand that the way your parents have behaved toward you, I don't know, 40, 50 years ago, is just not the same as what is taking place today. This is the place and world of lies, of cheating. This isn't place of honor, dignity, and pride, but exactly opposite. So you cannot joke and take it same way like your parents did with you. You have to be very, very careful with your kids and your wives and so on. Important thing is you love one another. You share information with one another. You respect one another. That is the very important thing. If not, then the same thing that it happened to me, the same thing will happen to your kids, to their grandkids, and will go on and on and on, over and over again. Oh, just one more thing. If the state offers you, like they did, done to my parents, in order for all these crimes to be conducted against me, violence will not only taking place in the school, but also as well at the home settings. If the state offers you jobs, special positions and this and that, so just they can own your kid, you can tell them, I would say something, but in respect to myself, I will not. Just tell them off. That's the best thing you can do. That is, of course, if you care and love your kids. If you want to see them destroyed, then go ahead and accept that job and let your kids to the mercy of the state, so the state can pretty much do whatever they want to do. If kids ever get, if teachers tell you ever that kids are hyperactive, overreacting, if kids are too lively and this and that, that is because something is taking place against them in the school. And what is taking place against them in the school are, number one, beatings, ostracizing, scorn, isolations. Kids are literally driven insane, and you need to understand that. When that takes place, you need to take it very, very serious and do whatever it takes to protect your kids from the criminals.